All right, let's play some Gruul aggro. I haven't made any changes to the deck since I made the video. We don't really have a ton of stuff I would, sub in anyways. I was thinking about how good Lucky Clover actually is. I decided that with like the 4 separate like combat tricks, I think it was still good enough to keep in the deck. But we'll see. Not sure what I would put in. I might just put in another Mirror Life Rider if I don't like it, but it's not really that good. Maybe 2 Enveloped Tree Folk again, but then it's like, I don't know what I would replace the Lucky Clover for. But I feel pretty happy with, like, if I had Lucky Clover and then I double like 1 Gingerbrute Carver, 1 2 Enveloped Tree Folk. That seems pretty strong. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yep. So this is the deck, and we're gonna see how we do in some best of 1. And I am not gonna watch Vine compilations instead of talking and paying attention to the games. That's something I'm not going to do. Pretty good. I mean, we got the Lucky Clover, like I said, which we can turn into some multiple combat tricks. Or turn 2, we play OK Adversary. If they're playing green, they get to go first, so I guess we'll find out. We got Wildwood Tracker on 1. This seems decent. Alright, already off to a blue start. Makes sense, given everything I've heard. And the other color is not blue. Or not green, sorry. So unfortunately, our OK Adversary is not going to come down on turn 2. But that's okay. We got 2 adventures in hand to double with our new Lucky Clover, which is pretty sweet. So I'm already enjoying my decision to not, trash them. Oh. Well, no, we don't have our 4th land, so hopefully we can play Witch Doctor and Curve, but we do have the Red Cap Raiders. Decent card. Unfortunately, we can't attack profitably with the Wildwood Tracker. Not the most aggressive start, but, I mean, it's hard to have a really strong aggressive start if your opponent plays a 0-4 Defender on turn 2. So next turn we can start swinging in with the Red Cap Raider. Well, I think I'm going to start with putting 2 +1/+1 counters on each of my creatures. Double that. This will become a 4-4 because it'll be attacking alongside a non-creature, or a non-creature, a non-human. This will become a 5-4. So neither of these blocks are going to be particularly good. They cannot block in such a way where they just chump damage. So they're either going to take 9, or they're going to lose their chump with a creature and lose it. Okay, so they're going to take 4. Pretty good. This is the power of the Lucky Clover. Got a Gingerbrute Carver as a possibility. Let's see what's going on next. Run away together. Oh, that's not too bad. Still got the counters on the Wildwood Tracker, so. I'll play with the OK Adversary. Wildwood Tracker will be going 4-4 again. So, see what they do. Interest Paladin. Paying the Adamant for 3-3. It's not too bad. We'll swing it anyways because we have 2 Gingerbrute Carver. With the Lucky Clover, we have 2 Gingerbrute Carver triggers incoming. So the OK Adversary will survive. Works for me. So we'll Gingerbrute Carver here. Fortunately, they chose to block, so No real reason to put it on either. Neither of these have trample, so we'll just put them on both, just in case. If they would have let the Wildwood Tracker through, I would have just double Rimrock Knight. But they did not. So. Okay, so they didn't pay adamant for that, so it's just a 2-5, which is pretty good news for us. It means that both of our attacks are profitable. Okay, so we can play the Witch Stalker. Swing it with both. This becomes a 4-4. Whatever they think they're going to block with, they're going to be wrong. So I'll cast Rimrock Knight, targeting the Wildwood Tracker, copy Yokem Adversary. Yeah, doubling these combat tricks is proving to be quite nice. Just the extra damage is nice to have. Then I'll play my 4-4 Trampler. Makes me a food. All said, not bad. I don't think there's much they could do here. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if they had the mythic board wipe, the giant, that would have been a thorn in my side, but honestly not like an insurmountable whatever, so pretty decisive victory. Got a Glinthorn Buccaneer, hooray. Filling up my rare whatevers. And right into the next game. Man, we can play really aggressively. I can see us, covering a lot of games in a very short amount of time. We're only 6 minutes into the recording and we're already on game 2. Damn, this is really not good. Going for a mulligan is not ideal. They've already mulliganed. I think I'm just going to keep. I get the draw, so I have a chance of drawing a card that I can cast earlier, so that I can Rosethorn Halberd. This is not a good hand by any stretch, but mulliganing, even with the London mulligan, what is it called? Vancouver mulligan? What are we calling it now? I forget. Anyways, it is not ideal. You don't want to do it unless, like, your hand's literally unplayable. Which maybe this meets the definition for. It'll all depend on our opponent's deck, which seems to be right now very slow. But it's a little late, but this is not a terrible turn 2 play at least. So it's a 3-2 that'll become a 4-3 when I attack next turn. Sure. Play that in my Red Cap Raider. Go to combat. I'll get boosted. Yeah, the Rosethorn Halberd really kind of overperforms, I guess. I mean, I got my ass kicked by it at the pre-release, and I still wasn't a believer. But, man, it's just like, cards like this you wouldn't expect to be good, but synergy is pretty strong, and you get paid off pretty highly in this format for building with synergy, even for cards that are just objectively, like, slightly lower on the power level. Which has not been the case for a while. So, for me, it took way too long to adjust to that fact. Okay. We'll probably hold off playing the red cap this turn because we're just going to Gingerbrute Carver whoever gets blocked so that both of my creatures survive. Or so that the creature survives. Again, this is the nice thing about having combat tricks. For sure. Make this a 5-4 for the turn. So eat the creature and the equip cost of the giant skewer, although they get a food for it, I suppose. So really, I guess we lost that, didn't we? Yeah. This is really the way to beat food decks if you're an aggro deck, because you just have to really pressure them so early that they start using their mana to eat their food and not doing things that affect the board so that you keep slamming in for more damage than they can heal. It's like they just played a giant skewer which does nothing on their board. They'll spend 2 mana to heal 3, which is the damage of one of my creatures, and they just didn't do anything else. So, like, that's not good. Play the Raging Red Cap. We'll go to combat. We can tap the Raging Red Cap with the Red Cap Raiders to get some extra damage. since this is not hasted. Bring it down to 7, right? For the reason I said, you know, we want to pressure them as much as possible, we'll play the other creature. There's no real reason not to. Again, the only, like, board wipes in white, it's at Mythic. We just want to have creatures, yeah, so... I'll play the Scalding Cauldron out. It means that whoever gets blocked will die, yes, but I'll kill their 6/5 with the residual damage. And it was possible. I didn't actually even do the math. It's entirely possible that I was gonna win anyways. Yeah, it seems like it. I wasn't even thinking about that, but we certainly would have won that next turn if I didn't win that turn, I think. So far, doing pretty well. Liking this Gruul aggro strategy. Still haven't had the, like, Gingerbrute, Rosethorn Halberd nut draw, where we just start slamming in for like 3 unblockable damage every turn until they, you know, use their real removal spell to deal with my Gingerbrute. Well, this is an example of a hand I cannot keep, unfortunately. If this was red, this would be a completely different story. If any of these lower cost cards were green, it'd be a different story, but unfortunately. Oh man, well, I'll keep this. Put that on the bottom. We've gone second all 3 games, just not my favorite. Oh, they're playing Mill. Well, we had a very slow start. Dang! Would have liked that. Turn 1. Would have liked to draw that. You dingus. Oh, well, there's a forest, okay. Hopefully their second color is green. That'd be a great way to kind of... Oh my god, play a green creature. Please, I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees begging you. Damn it! Well, I'll just keep hitting lands after getting a couple real creatures milled. Well, they now officially have Don't Say Please mana, which is not good for us. Man, another land, huh? Ah well, that's best of 1. I guess we did just win 2, so we're overdue for a little bad luck. Sure. Well, they don't have Didn't Say Please mana. Amazingly, they did not play a green creature yet, which is really frustrating. So here's my turn 4 O-Game adversary against my green opponent. Still, better late than never. It's so tiny, it's sure. That's fine by me. They will probably live to regret that when I drop my 5/5 Gingerbrute that none of their creatures block. Alright, Giant Opportunity is not really a big issue for us. Really, we're just hoping to be able to... Why? I guess they're just trying to play aggressively, which is... they're about to learn isn't going to pay off as well as they hope. Because I don't think... Well, they have food, but I don't think they're going to win this race. Because I can make it a 9/7 next turn that none of their creatures block, which is not probably their ideal. Oh, shit! Wow, I can't believe... Double Giant Opportunity. Well, while we don't have stuff to do with it, I think I'm gonna pop this onto my... So if this can attack again, I can pop this onto our Gingerbrute Paladin. Trading a 7/7 for my 7/6 is not my favorite thing, but I'll do it. I'll do it here. Try and just get rid of their blockers. They'll make that trade, yeah. Not my favorite. I wish I could have swung in with my Gingerbrute Paladin, but They don't have cards in hand. Granted, I don't really have anything, but this situation seems okay. Of course. Of course. Really just locking me down, huh? Well, let's hope I don't. So, can I draw a creature? Oh, interesting. Not bad, not bad. Wait, do I have 7 mana? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I can equip this. And still play my Wildborn Preserver. Shit. I can't even be rid of you in my drafts. Well, this game, I can now see why they just went for all the foods in the world. This game is probably over. I was already behind, and I don't think I have a really strong way of dealing with that Oko. I'll flash this in now. Maybe they'll forget that in response they can make the Gingerbrute unblockable. Like I'm able to just pass priority to me. If we're lucky. Nope, doesn't look like it. They are mousing over their Gingerbrute appropriately. So that brings me down to... what, 5? That's not good. Okay, 6 mana. Turn this into an 8/8. Really good, but doesn't do much now. This does kind of have Oko protection though, because if Oko messes with it, I will luckily be able to it'll keep the 6+1/+1 counters. I'm gonna trade with the Queen of Ice. I can block with these two next turn. Obviously, they're gonna trade Queen of Ice instead of losing Oko. Yeah, our inability to kind of deal with the Oko immediately is probably gonna cost us. Also, our just really slow start. I mean, that was a really good mill, lucky mill, considering that this isn't a mill deck. Like, getting this on turn 1 probably would have changed a few things, because we would have been the aggressor all game instead of being always on the back foot. And I mean, having this on turn 3 would have been also helpful, because our first card was on turn 4. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, there's really not much we can do. In fact, I don't know if this is how this sequence works. If they gave Gingerbrute unblockable before turning it into an elk, I don't know if they would keep the unblockability. Guess they're not going to bother. Oh, no, I lose. Yeah, no matter what. Okay, well, really bad game, obviously. That game was so bad for us. Let's just keep on moving. The nice thing about games like that are completely and obviously lopsided is that they're not super demoralizing, especially if you're, if you got 2 wins under your belt before you get there, because, like what? I'm supposed to, win the game with my aggro deck where I play nothing of import until turn 4, and then they also got Oko. It's hard to feel like you could have done anything against that. Okay. Are you mousing over? Are you gonna so tiny? I guess they are gonna so tiny. It's kind of weird. Oh, come on. Give me a forest. Well, nothing we can do about that, really. Don't want to use the Gingerbrute Carver to do 1 damage. Well, not looking good. I think I'll just run out one of these, see if I can't bait out like it didn't say please or something, because it's pretty clear this is just like a mono blue. Probably mill deck. Yep. Okay, yeah. Some real cards that I kind of needed, but that's okay. Well, I can certainly Searing Barrage now. I'm just going to try and run up the second Gingerbrute Carver. It doesn't look like this is a deck that's probably going to play a lot of shit. Ideally, if they have if they had 2 counterspells in hand, I want them to use them on like a Gingerbrute Carver, so that a Fierce Witchstalker can come down, which is a much more real threat that deals with their Witchstalkers. Or not their their Merfolk Secret Keepers. The fact that they didn't cast Queen of Ice is a pretty big telegraph, which is annoying. They still have counterspells in hand, but what are you gonna do? If I just pass turn, maybe eventually they'll slip up, but I doubt it. It looks like they're happy to play a really slow, deliberate game and always have counter magic available, which is just the pits. And if they're mono blue, it's highly likely that they took a lot more didn't say pleases than they would have if they were double colored. Just need to get greedy. Nope. Okay, well, let's play something else. See if that's worth countering. Oh, Mystical Dispute. Sure, I'll pay 3. Fine. I'll offer the trade with the Queen of Ice. If they want, I'm happy to get this out of the way so that I can just keep swinging in later. Alright. All good, all good. Next turn I'll have Barge in, so they can either counter the Barge in or, you know, I'll... Okay, Sir Eleonora. So we got a 4-4. So that's totally fine for our board to deal with. If they play one more card, it's a 3-4, which is even better. If they play one more card, we're even in better shape. Okay, so it's a 2-4. So we have like the Searing Barrage available to like blow them out with Gingerbrute Carver. So if they like double block, if they don't double block, we'll just barge in. Sure. Barge in. Unfortunately, this is a human, so it doesn't get trampled, but whatever. How much more do you... Fortunately, we're 1 mana short of hitting Sir Eleonora with our Searing Barrage, but that's okay. We'll just play Witchstalker instead. You know, again, this matches up really well against Sir Eleonora. And starting next turn, we'll be able to tap the Wildwood Tracker to buff the Redcap Raiders and make that a 4 power creature. So again, both of these creatures are going to match really well against the Sir Eleonora. Hopefully, maybe we can use a Searing Barrage to blow them out if they double block starting next turn, but see what they have. Charmed Sleep. Okay. Sure. Probably safe to assume that they got a lot of Charmed Sleeps and just these tap effects in their mono blue deck. Interesting. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 2. See, I'm a little less concerned about the game now that even though I have like creatures that are tapped down and so tiny and whatever, Just because I can... Just because now they can't counter my spells. So I can just kind of swing it a lot easier. They're tapped out now as well, so I'll be happy to put my Raging Redcap down. You know, just gonna keep on filling out the board. Blue doesn't... I mean, blue can, you know, use its Charm Sleeps to tap me down, but it's unlikely that they have, like, unlimited amounts of Charm Sleeps, as they're a pretty high pick, even for these silly arena bots. I mean, 2 is still not out of the ordinary. They're probably also mono blue for a reason, so it's reasonable to assume that they have more of the good blue commons than I would expect, you know. At any rate, Gingerbrute Carver untaps next turn, so we can start adding that damage to the board. Sure. Fine, I'm at 20 cards in my library. Like Scalding Cauldron, I guess, would have been nice for the Queen of Ice, but I'm happy to get rid of the land, so that card's in this card isn't good enough that I'm weeping. It's... Oh, sick. Well, so they can't counter this, and this is going to be kind of like a recurable pump spell for us, which is really sweet. Oh, right, also one Gingerbrute Carver on the attacks here. Well, so we have Searing Barrage. Okay, so they are representing mana. They got one card in hand. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah. Nice, nice. It's the first time we've got this. And this is a good land. We got a good deck for it, you know. Getting this in pack 3 was good, considering we had a deck that supported or not supported it, but it supported by that point, right? Like, we just had 2 damage. We just use a land slot to add 2 damage to the board, and potentially more every turn. It's just really, really strong effect when you got a kind of aggressive creature deck that kind of goes a little bit wide. Got another mill coming in. Doesn't seem like they're going to mill us fast enough to really punish us. Yeah. Again, Lucky Clover isn't that good anymore. We have a bunch of our adventure creatures out, and losing the land is fine, so 2 mills on their part that don't really hurt us all that much, which happy to see it. Of course, we're going to hit a land anyway. I'll probably keep the lands in hand at this point, just because right, that's tapped down. I'll swing it anyways. I can double block, or not, you know. Sure thing. This is kind of annoying to hit with the Searing Barrage. Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, that's fine by me. My Castle Embereth means that I trade both of those blockers for my Gingerbrute Carver, which for my deck is fine, you know. Turn this into a 5/3 with trample now every turn. That seems quite good to me. Oh, here come the Merfolk Secret Keepers. No, my Rosethorn Halberd. So disheartening. It's okay. We have Searing Barrage as well, so unless they've been just really holding on to a counterspell that whole time, like, we still have a good chance. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, maybe these mills aren't so lucky anymore. I mean, that time I lost 2 cards that I'd love to have actually drawn. And I'm just drawing all my lands. It wouldn't be a game of Magic the Gathering Arena if I didn't draw every single land in my deck, though, so... play one forest. It'll give me the possibility if I just need to pay the tax to destroy this creature so that I can swing in for lethal. So, we'll see. Do not pay like that. Good game. Let's see what they do here. We'll tap out. Okay, so no counter spells, so they just have duds in their hands, so now we can finish them off. Alright, perfect. Well, despite the slow start and a lot of slowage from our opponent, they didn't really get their mill plan off early enough to finish me off. I don't know how many other mill cards they had in their deck, but woohoo, what I get? Wow, Doman's Acuity. That's great. Let's keep going. Only 30 minutes in. We got 4 games under our belt. Tell you what, playing aggro is good for my upload times. Oh, dang. I go first. I'm on the draw. I think I'm going to keep this. I just need to draw 1 land. I can play Red Cap Raiders. I have a turn 2 play. More blue. More mill. Man. I think in general the amount of mill is somewhat overblown in Arena, but this run in particular, man. Seen a lot of overwhelmed apprentices, that's for sure. Dang. Now, is it a full-on? Well, we got blue-black, which is the mill colors, so not great news for us, but at least we got this on turn 3. If we hit a land, we have a 4-drop. If we don't hit a land, we have Rosethorn Halberd, so. Oh, Scalding Cauldron, huh? Well, maybe if we get a land next turn, which we don't. Still gets killed by a Scalding Cauldron. Let me think. I think I'd rather let them pop that off, which I assume they will. The Scalding Cauldron, so. Okay. Sure thing. Flash this sweet little fox in. Oh my gosh, well, we might get them to, we might get them to do the thing where they spend their Scalding Cauldron, their actual removal spell, on a... Decline that this time. Voltron up the Gingerbrute. Make it unblockable. And now I'm going to go to combat. Do I swing in with the Wildborn Preserver? If I do, it's another creature they could chump. I'm pretty happy if they chump. if there was a reason why I wanted to boost this damage and apply trample more, that'd be one thing, but I'm really happy if, well, I could double block, which actually is bad for me. Yeah, I don't want them to double block. This also makes double blocking this impossible, so they'll either chump something, and then, you know, the trample damage will carry most of it through anyways. So they took 6, and they lost a creature, so that doesn't seem ideal for them, but, you know, I have 3 creatures that are all actually pretty dangerous for the deck, for them to have to kind of force their hand on Scalding Cauldron. Oh, they'll play Sir Conrad. That seems good. Dang. Wish I had one more land. I think the correct play is to just kind of go in. I mean, if they trade Redcap Raiders or Sir Conrad for Redcap Raiders with trample, that's fine by me. Grumgully I would play if I had more mana. Sorry, friend. But for now, I think we're just going to keep applying pressure, because this is Dimir, so. Tap you down. Yeah, so what's it going to be? You're going to trade the best uncommon in the set for a 4/3? No? Okay, you're just going to take 2 trample damage. Now, this guy's getting low. He can't really, he really can't afford to just let me do this to him. We got a lot of mana, so. Oh, that's actually... Wishful Merfolk actually pairs pretty well against my Raging Redcaps. Or my Redcap Raiders, unfortunately. What a pain. Okay, well... They have mana to do this in response to the 2 Unveiled Tree Folk, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play Grumgully. I mean, it's a pretty big target for Scalding Cauldron again. I just have a lot going on that screams, you have to deal with this or you'll die. So, I'm going to go ahead and make this unblockable. And, same old song, swinging with the Wildborn, or the Redcap Raider, so. They'll take 2 trample damage, they'll go down to 1. Assuming at this point they're just going to Cauldron the Gingerbrute, seems kind of inevitable. Yep. Sure thing, no problem. Take you down to 4, lose that. Take 2 more damage from Sir Conrad. Man. I mean, this game's definitely not over. They're not playing as though they have a counterspell per se, but it's hard to guarantee anything because they just have so much mana that they can just keep that shit up. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to play my 6/6. So this pairs very well against their whole board. It can't be blocked by that, and I mean if I 2 Unveil Tree Folk it and another thing, like forget about it. But I mean, they have blockers. Oh my gosh, what are they getting out of the board? Oh no. It could be anything. What could it be? Maybe this is a panic. Granted. Witch's Oven. Interesting. That's actually pretty good for them. They can get a really good source of food going. And killing their stuff. fucks with me with Sir Conrad. Shucks. It's a surprisingly good sideboard tech. Well, you're tapped out. So I'm going to make that an 8/8. Want to make it bigger? No, I think I want to make Gruul bigger. Eight is fine because it kills both of these, so they can't like Witch's Oven. Well, they can, but it'll just be a chomp and that'll live. And then this, either they trade it with Sir Conrad or they're gonna do a double block of some sort. I still make out quite well, so. And like a Gingerbrute Carver in the future that I can double with the Lucky Clover, so we'll see. So they are gonna go for that path, which is pretty good for us. I mean, I don't mind. Really, again, I have a lot of damage still. This was not, I wasn't banking everything on this. Them losing Sir Conrad is pretty huge. Sure, I mean, they'll make food, but I'm just going to keep slamming in, and they lost a ton of stuff just there, so. Yeah, sure, I'll take 2 damage, but you don't have Sir Conrad anymore. Granted, I mean, they're playing black, so entirely possible they have Forever Young. Especially because Forever Young works really well with Sir Conrad. Remember they mental tides. Sure. Why not? Okay. Okay. So I can Gingerbrute Carver and Red Cap Raiders this turn, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do this. Give the illusion that I don't have anything else going on. Nothing can counter it though. Yeah, sure. That's fine. So, let's do some damage. They're tapped out. I think. Do I just win? Yeah, I just win. Because I Gingerbrute whatever they don't block, and they can't pay to eat food. So, okay. That's game. We got there. Alright. Doing really good. Really liking this. This is, I guess this is how I like to play aggro. I guess. I kind of knew that. I've enjoyed playing Gruul decks in limited formats in the past. In my opinion, the thing about them that's nice is that they don't tend to fold if you don't like perfectly curve out the same way that a lot of Boros decks do. Like, if you're playing in if you're playing Boros in some formats recently and you don't like have 4 creatures out by turn like 4 or 5 and you haven't like been doing consistent damage to your opponent to then burn them out. Dang, can we, come on, deck, can we just get together on something? These lands, man. I go first. I don't think I can do it. I mean, I have a 1-drop and then, like, potentially nothing else, which seems bad. I think I'm going to mulligan this one. It is not much better, but I have the Gingerbrute Rosethorn Halberd combo. So I'll keep it and pitch a forest. My curve is super low. This is an extremely aggressive start, which there's nothing wrong with. I'm on the play, so get a free attack with a Gingerbrute, and we'll start to, what are they going to do on turn 1? Nothing. Oh, that's not ideal. We'll play the Castle Embereth because I do not seem to need to activate the Gingerbrute this turn. So, no shock in this format, so I at least get 1 attack. Could potentially Scorching Dragonfire next turn, but hey, using a Scorching Dragonfire to kill a Gingerbrute is not terrible. That cannot block. Right? Okay. I didn't forget or something, did I? No. So I'm going to swing in. Let's just keep going faster and faster. So I can play this next turn. Bring him down to 11 on turn 3. Seems like a good aggro plan. Yeah, there's just a lot of variety in what this deck can do. I mean, I'm doing this right now. In last game, I kind of had a more grindy strategy. You know, I pressured them early, and then I managed to just kind of grind out the rest of the damage over time with just bigger creatures. You know, like I think the versatility is why I prefer like mid-rangey aggro decks more, personally. Sure, do 3 damage to me. I'm not afraid of you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. See, that's way worse to use just for that purpose than Rimrock Knight, because I did that, so that next turn I can... Oh. Well, I get it now, I guess. Oh man, and it lives. Okay, well, that makes sense now. I take back my critique I was about to make. I guess. It was kind of like using Theate's 2 cards to do that, but not the worst thing in the world. Alright, well, we'll play the Rimrock Knight now. Don't have a lot going on anymore, unfortunately. I mean, they're mono red, so they're probably also going to play aggro. So maybe now we're going to switch to a more defensive strategy if we can. Let's play that. Swinging in. Sure. We'll play a 2-1. Next turn we can kill a creature with the Scalding Cauldron if we have to. If we got a land, maybe we can pump up with our Twinbell Treefolk. But our opponents are definitely turning a corner, unfortunately for us. We kind of, you know, them getting rid of this was definitely the correct call, because we didn't really have a good plan B after that, but... Oh my god. Is that a... Yeah, that's a knight. This is so much damage. Gonna go down to 4. 4? Okay. Not looking good. Pumping this doesn't do anything, unfortunately. It doesn't make it block better. This can't block at all, so... No matter what, we're attacking with that, but I think we might just be keeping the Scalding Cauldron up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm definitely on the defensive now, so that's not the worst thing in the world that happened to me. Brutal. I mean, if they have like another Burning Yard Trainer in their hand, which every mono red deck always does all the time. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, not much I can do about that. Alright, well, good game. Good game. Nothing... Yeah, I don't think there was any better play to be made there. Still, 4-2. 4-2. We can go farther. We can, you know, 5-3 is... 4-3 is totally acceptable. But let's see if we can push it. It's got 5-3, 6-3. See if we can, you know, go from here to 7. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have some better luck. We won't have to mulligan this game. Good kitty. You've got to be kidding me. This has got to be a joke. Am I overreacting? I mean, definitely the last game, we had a problem where we just got all of one color, and then it wasn't really the best color to even have. This game, we're having the exact same problem. I feel like it's definitely happened at least one more time in this run. See, like, come on, man, that's what I need. And now I gotta put one of these away, and I'm not sure which one. We're on the draw. I mean, we keep this, but the... What do we bottom? Maybe Castle Embrith. No. I think we're at a bottom Blood Haze Wolverine. It's pretty mediocre and we have a 2-drop. I want this just in case we need, we need to use a removal. Alright, we're against blue, so. There's another mill. Please don't. Okay. Well, 2 drops were desirable, but this is fine. We got Wildwood Tracker, turn 1. We can turn 2 Wildwood Tracker, Scalding Cauldron. Or Wildborn Preserver, so that Wildwood Tracker can trigger the Wildborn Preserver. That's probably actually correct. Plus, I mean, this is a pretty, like, obvious counter target, whereas this is not. So we play this. So play this on turn 2, play this on turn 3. Oh, come on! Those are all good cards. And now I just can't do anything. Alright, well. Whoopee! Alright, well, we'll play the Castle Embrith here, probably. Play the Wildwood Tracker and then put 2 +1/+1 counters on the Wildborn Preserver. Because then making this a 4/4 changes everything about our board position in a very good way. Because now everything they chump with will die. And we can start to kind of slowly pick away at them. Hopefully they don't have, like, a ton of Secret Keepers and they can turbo mill us. Because if that's the case, this isn't fast enough. But if they're a more controlling deck, maybe we have a chance here. Very interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna swing in with the Wildborn Preserver again. If they want to do like a big block to kill it. No, they can't actually yet. So it seems very unlikely that they will in fact do that. Attacking with the Wildwood Tracker doesn't really work because they just have 2 0/4s. We get one more mountain. We can start really just hammering it. Just pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, nothing really to say about that. We can kill the red cap or something, which is not bad. I mean, this is a fine thing to hit with Scalding Cauldron. And we probably will be using this offensively. Excuse me. To clear out, like, that blocker. Because, now we can start attacking with the Wildwood Trackers now, right? Because they can only chump, they can only kind of, like, bounce 1. And then... Oh. Okay. Oh, it's going to be a 2/4? It's not the worst thing in the world. They're tapped out, so... Still going to go ahead and use this Scalding Cauldron on the Raging Red Cap here. Just because this costs extra. Like, well, I guess this doesn't kill this, right? So we want to kill it with a, if they block with a, they block my 2/2 with that, then I can turn this into a 4/4 and eat it. Again, the 4/4 toughness. It feels like it might be just because Merfolk Secret Keeper goes really late, so a lot of people are playing it. But it feels like 4 power is like oftentimes the power to beat. 3 power is pretty common, but if you can get into the 4 power range, like, you basically will probably be able to run over almost anything. It feels like quite often. So, anyways, so we have the Embrith Castle if they choose to make no blocks at all or something. Other than, of course, we have the Gingerbrute Carver to make our Wildwood Tracker kill Sir Eleonora. Yeah, so. And, okay, they're about to lose 2 of their creatures, which is okay by me. They're going to be left with this 0-4 wall that'll give something haste, which, if they want to give something haste and race us, I'm happy for them to start that. So you got a 5-2. And so you wanna start this, huh? I mean, that's a good creature to start racing with. Give you credit where credit is due. I'll probably just full swing in and then play the Gingerbrute Carver that I can use to chump block the Embereth Paladin with. I mean, I know these would technically be better, but although if they don't block with anything, I may very well like choose to add 3 damage to the board to take this from, like, what would this be? It would be 8 to 11. You know, if they choose to not block at all. But I mean, it's almost just a scripted block that they, okay. Take them down to 10. No, I'll play the Carver. It's a weird card in their deck, but I don't think they're very aggressive. So if they want to swing back the Embereth Paladin and then do nothing else with their turn, I'm actually happy, because this, with an with a Castle Embereth buff, I think will kill them. Unless they put other creatures in the way, which it seems like they're trying to do. Understandably so. Crystal Slipper, huh? Was this an aggro deck or not, man? Got a lot of conflicting messages in this graveyard. Okay. Ooh. Okay, maybe what we just do is we got 6 mana. We can turn this into a 6/6. They double block, I kill whatever they double block with in exchange for this. That seems fine. And then I have a 4/4 left over. In exchange, are you kidding me? Oh, no, I have 7 mana, so we make this a 7/7. That's pretty sick. Sure, I have nothing else to use my mana on. So let's do that shit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack with everybody. If they want to eat one of these with their 2/3, that means that, like, a lot of damage is getting through. I now have food, so I have even, like, a better chance of racing. I'm going to leave this behind, so probably going to lose a lot in this exchange, and they're top decking. Like, I'm top decking as well, but my board state is just stronger. Okay. So they're doing that, huh? And they're going to use the 5/2 to chump, and they're going to use the 5/2 to trade. So they let 9 damage go through. That's kind of crazy. My attacks next turn are good, so not sure what they're aiming for. Okay, so let's discard a land, draw a card. They got 3 mana. Card better not be blue. GG, okay. Alright, I'm assuming they're about to concede. Maybe they're gonna, yeah, okay. Right on. Okay, 5/2. Let's keep it going. Oh, I'm in gold now. We got there. We did it. I'm so proud of everything that I've done to get here. I want to thank my mom, but mostly God. Okay. Wait, why is my door closed? Man, I'm trying to get airflow through this apartment. What the heck? Oh well. Oh, sorry. I won't yell right into this. I just realized the door was closed, so the airflow thing wasn't really working out. Wasn't really vibing. Pretty good. I'm currently 5-2.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is a good deck. I'm liking Gruul. LSV was correct. Go figure. He knew what was up. Hey man, this is like the best. This is like the best hand I've had in a lot of games. The past like 2 games, I had to mulligan hands because it was just like all red cards, or all red, or all mountains, or all forests, and then like not a good split. This isn't crazy by any means, but this is definitely keepable, of course. I don't want to mulligan down past this. It's not bonkers, but whatever. Castle Embereth, very good in a deck that actually makes use of it. Surprising everyone, I think. Everyone was surprised that Castle Embereth was good in aggro decks.
Yeah.
That were playing red. Rakdos, huh? Well,
Rakdos.
it's not. That could be bad. That could be bad.
Don't aggro you pretty easy.
Oh yeah, my deck tends towards a little slower on the aggro side, but. So you want to race, huh? That's. I have bad news. This has. This will eat that. Yum yum yum. Eat it up. Next turn I'm going to put counters on this. So, unless they Reave Soul or kill. Of course they're going to Reave Soul. They never not have exactly what they need, you know? God is always with them and always provides.
Well, it seems like a pretty easy
Yeah, well... There might be something to be said about killing this. With that. Not, obviously, during the main phase. It's possible the correct play is to do that, but I kind of want to do this at Flash Feed as well.
Well,
I'm going to do this, and then I have 3 mana for Scalding Cauldron, and then I can Wildborn Preserver if I decide that this is not worth killing, which it probably will be. But also, this leaves me, this having Flash gives it a huge amount of flexibility. Still don't understand. It makes so little sense. Yeah, I might block it here. It seems pretty reckless. It leads me to believe they have like a combat trick, but also they can see what I'll do in response to the combat trick, which is weird. I'm not sure, but like, sure, yeah, okay, that's not really that bad. Also, it's a foregone conclusion that the turn after I pop Scalding Cauldron off on something, they will play Rankle. Play this. That does not scare me that much. Not at my life total. Do I think I might actually 2-and Treefolk right now, because this is a Rakdos deck, so I want to get it out of both Reave Soul and like Scorching Dragonfire range while they have their mana down, and to guarantee this both resolves and it, the Wildborn Preserver lives.
seems legit.
I think that's probably the correct play against a Rakdos one. Because both of their... So now they'll have to either like bake into a pie, because the other common black removal I don't think does anything anymore, and the bird also doesn't do anything. Unless they like Searing Barrage, So they'll either have to spend a lot of mana, or... So then I can 2-and Treefolk. I can guarantee this makes it to the Adventure Zone, which sometimes doesn't happen. They kill it out from under you. They're thinking hard. They're formulating the perfect play. Do they tap the Brimstone Trebuchet before they cast their Knight for a turn, or do they not? Oh my god. They didn't wait till the Knight was on the stack. That's just a poor showing, to be certain. I think I'm still winning this race. Currently, I'm winning this race. If they double block or something foolish. Although it's not the most foolish thing in the world, because on board, I mean, their double block only kills one of their creatures. Because they do not know that I have the Gingerbrute Paladin in my hand. Or Carver. No, okay, makes sense. Oh no, they know, because I have that too. So, they were never a double block. This is fine, though. I can pretty happily add one more counter to it now. This has got Menache. That's fine. It did not get Adamant, which makes it a much less scary card. Boom. Become a 5/5. My child. My beautiful giant fox riding boy. Maybe we're looking at this card all wrong. What if it's not a big fox, but a small elf?
It's definitely an elf archer.
It is. You're not wrong. It is an elf archer.
I understand that. Another knight.
This is crazy. I can't believe my opponent would cast a knight. Oh no.
Oh,
Absolutely astonishing.
absolutely.
Hey, wish this guy was still alive. Me too, man. Oh, gaining some life. 2 life. That is not nothing. That has kind of changed the pace of this race a little bit.
That is a non-zero number.
That is literally not 0 damage. It is, just strictly speaking, more than 0 damage. I now have Searing Barrage with Adamant, which is pretty sick.
Is it instant?
Yes, sir.
Holy
So I can pop it off whenever I need to. So I'll do 5 damage to you, bring you down to 9. But if I don't need to, I mean, like, I currently have mana to both pump this on the blocks and then kill something with Scalding Cauldron, which is pretty cash money. The real danger is them having a grip full more of Smitten Swordmasters to just, like, help them win the race with ease. With ease.
Why is it hanging on that?
I don't know. I mean, he might be considering it in his blocks, because I can use it on blocks.
Why would you?
Nobody really knows. Alright, I'm going to block this here. See if they do anything to just... Because they might pump. If they have a pump spell available, it would make sense for them to do this now, so that this creature doesn't die, and also pump spells go great on Raging Redcaps. But it doesn't seem like they're doing that, so this turn is going to be Gingerbrute Carver, so this lives. Or in response to me doing this, they use a pump spell of their own, and probably... Well, if they Ember Cleave, I'm still not in a too bad of a position, because whatever they, select to become the target, I Scalding Cauldron.
It's a lot of thinking.
Yeah. It's a lot of thinking. Alright, they ultimately decided to not think that much. Alright, I can pass the damage first, I guess. Or wait till damage is dealt. So, weird. So it seems like they don't have anything going on. I think I am going to pop this off on this, because I'm getting a little low. So I think I'm going to make a defensive play here. Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
Alright. I guess having the Scalding Cauldron always on the board is, makes their plays different, although I still think pumping that there was somewhat like what they would have done, or I don't know. I'm not sure. It's entirely possible that okay. I just got like galaxy brained into like the 5th dimension. Oh my gosh. That killed everything. That's amazing. Well, shit. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, that's pretty good. If I play this, I mean, they might jump with this anyways, just to gain some more life.
You're on a 7-turn clock.
Yeah, my clock isn't that fast. I play this, give this 2 more power. It increases the chance that they just jump.
Mm-hmm.
But if I play this main phase 2, or if I wait until main phase 2 to possibly play this, it does leave the option open for me to do that instead. Man, I wish they were at 8. If they were at 8, this would be a easy decision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what is better. There probably is a better answer, but I am not Ben Stark enough to figure out what that is. I think I'm going to do that. This, I still have this black. This still blocks this, effectively. I was going to say, it would be baffling to me if they didn't just jump with the Swordmaster and go to 11. But, like, they gotta keep blocking my Wildborn Preserver, so they're gonna start losing creatures pretty quick. Like, I'm lower on life, and they do have, they're rakdos, so they definitely have the ability to kind of burst me down from nowhere, but I'm still feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, that's the play this time. Sure. So is it gonna be a trade? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty decent for me, right? I couldn't let that live because a pump spell, an unblocked, it pumped for 2 would have killed me there, so. Got 1 card in hand. Got the Gingerbrute. Absolute gas. Yeah, especially with Castle Embrith, this is actually real shit. I mean, it's like 2 damage per turn, potentially, once I run out of stuff to do. So I can pump the Wildborn Preserver for, 3? And then make ping for an unblockable 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they do something that is troubling, I can start eating this. Or I can eat this once, gain some life. But I want to put some whatever now. Again, if I pump this for a 3, this becomes 10. So literally they have to block this. They have no choice but to block this because I am representing lethal damage. None of these. Can you imagine if this had haste? Somehow, inexplicably. People forget about the reach, but if this had haste, goddamn. What you thinking about? Alright. I mean, this is a good position to be in. They're in top deck mode, hardcore. They have to chump block every single turn, so. They don't even. Oh, they do. One thing that could kill me would be the Adamant Knight that gets haste, the red one.
Yes.
But I think that that's going to be something they top deck because they haven't played it and it makes sense for them to play it. It's going to be exactly what I said it was because I am prophetic. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh.
So the mountain was the lethal. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh well. Close game. Close
5-3,
game.
not bad.
5-3 is not bad at all. Pretty happy with that finish. Give me 650 gems, pushing me above my 10k sort of boundary that I like before I fire off a traditional draft, so I'll probably do that. Oh, and I get 2 packs. All in all, excellent for me, you know.
Why did the pity police visit you?
I don't know. I mean, the chance of getting the second pack is always higher the higher wins you go, which is weird because I feel like it happens to me most when I scrub out. But they used to show the percentage until you get to 7 and then you automatically get 2, and it was like increasing by 7 every time, up to like 35. Gimme. Cool. For my mono black garbage. Robber of the Rich, perfect. Alright, another mythic. Add it to the pile.
Good card.
Oh yeah, what do we got? I got another rare wild card from that. Nice. Alright, well, perfectly respectable run. I'll probably upload this tomorrow sometime when I'm at school and I have their internet, so.
Nice.
Nice.